Full circle.
Stuff you see so much stuff. It's like it's hard for anything to really catch your attention now because it's everything is just thrown at you.
And I asked that question because I was in Walmart 2 weeks ago buying a baseball bat, and me and this other man was on the baseball island, and this little dude just kind of jumped out of nowhere. He was like, "Hey man, yeah, I'm gonna buy my CD." Stuck it out there, and I was like, "Still put CDs."
How much you pay for this? You losing money.
Hey, what am I gonna play this on?
I gotta find me a CD player. I bought me a new vehicle.
What's good? Welcome everybody to another episode of Apartment 4A. Thank everybody for joining us. Fellas, how y'all doing today, man? It's May. It's been a long road. We still rolling.
We still rolling. This episode 12, man.
Episode 12.
Willie gave us 4 episodes. We surpassed Willie standard.
Yeah. How much we got, Willie?
Hey man, I'm proud.
How much Willie owe us?
I'm proud of y'all.
Willie said, "I got y'all for 4. I know no more, no less y'all gonna do. So I got y'all for a good 4."
12, and not only have we been on 12 episodes, but it's been 12 weeks in a row. Consistent 12 weeks in a row.
It's been a tough 12 weeks. We missed. We came and gone.
Hey, that's what it's all about, though, man.
So we keep coming back.
We got to persevere.
We got to persevere.
Gotta persevere.
But ultimately, the lesson we can all take from this is really owe us some money. So
we're trying to be consistent so that we can get that Rogan money, right?
I got y'all.
There you go. You got it.
The chicks.
He started from somewhere, right?
Yep.
He did, man. You know, we in there. So there's a lot's been going on. I don't know if y'all even know, but there's something very interesting that happened yesterday. And I figured before we got really into what we initially was going to talk about, that I'll bring it to y'all attention and just, we'll see how far we get. Oh, but before I go there, we do have to give our Southern Miss baseball update.
To the top.
I had to take the good and the bad. We did. We lost the series this weekend. It's all good. We did win one of those games, but we beat South Alabama yesterday. So we still, I think we back at number 7 instead of number 4.
Yeah,
but we still in the top 10. We still rolling. We stumble every now and then, but it's all good. We still to the top.
Oh yeah, we do it, baby.
Well, the good thing about it, we'll host a regional.
Right.
If we keep doing what we're doing.
That's the thing, man. Trying to get the host a regional.
A lot of money for Hattiesburg.
For Hattiesburg, if we keep it up, we should. Did we win USA last year? Because I think if you won it last year, you also host the tournament too.
Do we? Are we still part of USA, or is it going to switch over next year?
After baseball, when we start football, we switch over to the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
So I bet they got to spend a lot of money to change all the logos and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, well, I guess the conference
it ain't gonna take that much.
It ain't gonna be that much.
Yeah.
And then,
the jersey gonna be easy.
And then we got a new TV deal too. We got a TV partnership with ESPN2 and ESPNU. I think we are getting getting double, almost 1.5 and a half more than what we was getting from Conference USA. So
they definitely don't need my alumni dude.
You don't feel bad now, don't it, Willie?
I ain't feel bad.
No, man, pay your alumni dues. Come on, fellas. Especially, we got that African American Alumni Association down at Southern Miss. Let's all do that, man.
Oh yeah.
Look at Rod bumping our views right now.
Hey,
y'all better pay attention what Rod doing.
Hey, I'm trying to get us in there.
Y'all take dudes. Let me put my church finger up.
Rod trying to get us a TV deal.
That's right.
This ain't no game for Rod. Rod got it laid out.
Hey, we trying to get them, man. Trying to get them. So yesterday, if nobody know, yesterday there was a little comedy show. It was done by Netflix, called "It's Just a Joke." It was a comedy show done by Netflix called "It's Just a Joke." And at the end,
Netflix is a joke.
Netflix is a joke. Okay, Netflix is a joke. And at the end of it, Dave Chappelle was coming on to introduce the last band and kind of wrap it up. While he was doing his little deal, a dude jumped up on the stage and gave him a good tackle.
Goldberg too.
You know, Goldberg spear, you know, shoulders down and everything, you know, clean
Yeah.
tackle now. It wasn't one blind side, nothing like that. It wasn't,
Yeah, he
wasn't
drove,
to the head. It was clean
followed
tackle.
through with his legs and all
Yep.
that stuff.
Clean tackle. And he got up and tried to run, and they beat his tail in the back of the stage.
Oh yeah.
Who, the dude or Chappelle? They got Chappelle.
Security.
When the dude that tackled Chappelle, the security and whoever, we say security, it looked like it's more than security out there. I think Dave went back there, got him a few in. Jamie came out, got him a couple. Even Chris Rock.
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx hopped up there.
It was a whole circle around the dude.
Oh yeah, they got on his tail.
They were just loving on.
They jumped him in.
They were just living on. They were just trying to explain to him why he should do it.
Mhm.
And as they were explaining with their hands, it just started turning into a fist, and they were trying to walk closer to him, and their feet started tapping and all kinds of stuff.
And
That sounds like with a person of the law.
Oh yeah.
He didn't see nothing but Adidas. That's all he saw.
Hey, but y'all saw the picture of Buddy going into the ambulance. Man.
Oh yeah, had that cartoon out on the head.
You missed the key part, Rod. Chris Rock said, "Was that Will Smith?"
Yeah. Chris Rock came out after all that, and was like,
he put one in there.
And so it was crazy, man. Dude left on the stretcher, you know. So the question is,
exactly,
is it safe to be a comedian?
I think after that butt whooping he gave a fella is very safe.
Oh yeah,
I think
most definitely.
I think it's safe. People gotta realize you just can't. Because honestly, the same action should have happened to Will Smith, but I mean,
exactly.
We all know what that.
It was $200 million Will Smith.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, he went up just the same.
Look, you can't
200 million, $5, same night.
You can't jump on Ali, man. He might start boxing or something.
They are not gonna gang stump Will Smith.
Bro.
Now, if the Rock brothers and sibling was up there, yeah, they would have went for broke.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to lose. It's all up for them.
Tony got something to lose now.
No, the thing is, he could have created a new platform from that.
Yeah.
But he was gonna probably lose a little bit at first.
Now, in 1 month, in 30 days, basically, this is the second incident where somebody done charged the stage and attacked another comedian. You know, we said after the Oscars the security is gonna be super high. Apparently not.
Nah, man.
I think. Go ahead with that.
I won't say anything about that. Now these incidents have happened in the past too, but I think now, you know, after the whole Will Smith incident, everything is kind of put more out there. Because I remember an incident with the comedian Steve Brown. You can probably look it up. He was doing a show somewhere, and a guy from the audience came up on stage and like they was finna throw hands, and like it took security at least 10, 12 minutes before they got up there and finally got the dude. So it's been happening. I think now a lot more comedians are probably going to be aware of their surroundings. Probably beef up, you know, security measures.
Get security
to be on watch.
Catch these hands.
No, like I got the security like Chappelle. I'm all right.
You can't afford Chappelle security.
Hey,
you gonna spend your whole check on security.
I might get off the what you call and watch the podcast and just kind of watch that. Y'all intrigued.
Hey, it was quick. It wasn't but like it ain't but like 7 or 10 minutes, but
yeah, it's quick.
It came out of nowhere.
The first video I saw, I didn't see a good one. It was from somebody in the crowd, and they was like far back. I'm pretty sure there's some other better ones up around.
What they said at the show that they required to they require you to turn in your phones. You're not allowed to have them. So whoever caught a video, somebody that snuck it in.
Yeah, probably the security. The one who should have been on the stage.
It's like, oh man, y'all see that? Let me get up there. Let me get some of that.
Yeah, hold on. Hold my phone, somebody. I gotta get to the stage.
I get fired. And my thing is, why would you jump up there now? You just the butt of the jokes for the next 30 to 60 days.
I'm like, I think they said Buddy was like a rapper or something, or did he have a reason? Yeah,
I guess he tried to get his stardom, try to get his name out there.
So at the end of the thing, Dave Chappelle said he was trans.
Yeah, is that part of the trans community? You know how
he was a trans man.
He always be on them.
Yeah, I don't know if he was joking or what, but
no, he was joking. He was making a joke because he felt.
Well, like he had that big run in, a couple months back with all that. Probably still going on now.
Yeah,
it's definitely going on now.
That Sticks and Stone. What you got? Was that it? The Sticks and Stones?
Yeah,
I think it was.
If you name a Dave Chappelle stand up, it's the one. It don't matter which one.
And he said that you get jumped on the stage on Netflix and you need some help. Jamie Foxx show up with a sheriff hat on. But so along with that, this is the first time Chris Rock has said anything about his incident. He bust out was that Will Smith the first time he ever made a joke or anything about it. So is he getting to a point where he over it? But there's also reports that he's hired a law firm and they talking about suing Will Smith. So
hey, you have to pay me. You have to come up with some of that.
Man. I mean, I feel he's gonna take some type of action.
Yeah, easily.
I mean,
and most likely it's gonna. I think he's doing it just so it can settle, just to get a little.
Well, I doubt
to go to court.
He needs some sort of punishment because getting banned from the Oscars, they don't even go to the Oscars like that. That ain't no punishment.
I'm still traumatized about the slap. So if I'm traumatized, I know Chris Rock traumatized. So I agree we need to go in and sue Will Smith because
I got PTSD from that slap. Because every time I see it, I get mad. My emotions completely change.
Hey,
that's y'all gonna be on the infomercial.
The lady said,
class action lawsuit.
Will Smith slap.
I too was not a slap.
Call this hotline to be a part of the class action suit against Will Smith.
And you can get $2.
Exactly.
And the lawyer get $1 million.
Quick.
Oh man, well that's good, man. It's always good to kind of catch up on stuff like that. But today's episode plays into the month of May, even though today is May the 4th. Be with you. This month of May is also Mental Health Month, and so we wanted to kind of take a little time to talk about something that's mental health related. It's not directly mental health, but it's something that could help change the way you think about things and look at what you're doing and what we're doing a little different. And so today we're going to talk about me time. Basically the things that you do for yourself to take some time out to relax. Whatever you do to give a little R&R and why that is important to you. And how that affects men today. Men have been through a lot since the beginning, especially African-American men, from slavery to desegregation, police genocide to one thing.
Police brutality, keeping the black man down, just killing folks for no reason.
One thing to another. And so, at some point you have to take some time to yourself to kind of cope and unplug for a second. So what do you guys do for me time?
I'll start off. To be honest, this right here has been a good me time for me. the whole getting ready for the show and then the chit chat and talking with you guys. We've been cool for almost 20 years now, but this has been the most consistent we've been having a conversation on a weekly basis since we was roommates 18, 17, 16 years ago. So the whole avenue of having a group of guys to talk to and laugh about some things, and every once in a while we get serious. So this has been a good me time for me.
For sure. Similar to the barbershop, man. I feel like this has been an avenue where we can get on and other men alike. I mean, even though we have a few ladies here, but get a chance to kind of express yourself in a different light. The barbershop is a lot of times we go a little deeper into some things that we may not talk about amongst the ladies at the barbershop. But here, it's kind of the same thing. We get a chance to get out there and just talk about what's on your mind and express yourself a little bit. And that's one of the reasons why we even started the podcast, was just to get out there, let people know how we feel in the South.
Yep.
I'm gonna piggyback on Terrence real quick. And true. This has been probably one of the most selfish things, as well, because like I said, me looking at my time schedule, I work all day, but I look forward to coming here and basically venting and just talk about. I ain't gonna say non-important issues, but just getting away from life. You know what I mean? From the stress, the worries, and all that good stuff. But another me time that I do is kind of selfish. It's just when I on my ride home, I cut the music off and sometimes just cruise. That's probably the most relaxing thing that I can do, just to kind of just get my mind away from everything. And when I go, I don't get my hair cut locally. I always travel back to Oklahoma. And the reason why I go back home to Oklahoma, it ain't because I've been faithful and loyal to my barber, but when I go home, I'm not talking about sports. I'm not talking about, I'm just people just talking. I'm talking about me. You know what I mean? So that's probably the most relaxing thing that I can say. That's why, like you said, I enjoy going back to the barbershop, because they don't see me as a coach or professional. They just, hey Josh, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up.
I guess I know for me, and out hit with the whole COVID and the pandemic, it kind of it made me miss one of the things I did to relax, which is go to the movies. Because when COVID hit in the pandemic, as a lot of people know, I was working. Well, I'm still working from home now, so I've been working from home for almost 2.5 years. So I was at home, with my family, with my kids. So it's in that in itself could get tough. So when I was able to get back out and like go to a movie, because it's nothing for me to go to a movie by myself. I prefer going to the early show, the matinee, and get my own seat, chill out, my own bucket of popcorn to myself, and just focus, zone out for those 2.5 hours, and just watch a movie like I'm going Friday.
100% agree with that, man. That's one of my things too. Is as soon as the movie theaters open up, even if they told me that I had to wear a mask, I was there. I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. I saw so many different movies. People like, you seen that already? I helped sold the door when I was in there. And I watched through COVID, man. I probably watched 5 or 6 movies in the theater by myself when nobody in there. The only like I went and saw Spiral when it came out. I was the only person in there. But it was and for me, I enjoyed it more because I didn't have the distractions of nobody else. I could sit down and watch it. Wouldn't worry about this person getting up, walking by me, trying to sit by me.
You can have a good old gut lap too.
And I did, because I'm in there watching the movie. Somebody called me. I remember I can answer the phone. Ain't nobody in.
Put on FaceTime and watch. Have somebody watch it with you.
Well, I ain't gonna
you don't FaceTime in public.
No, don't FaceTime in public. I don't have to.
Yeah, something that I do is just kind of having a little me time and smoking a cigar. Like for me, being able to get like on the back porch or front porch or wherever, and have a good cigar, have a little bourbon or something like that, man. Just relax. I know that's something that I don't have to feel guilty about because it's something that nobody else in my house wants to do. So I ain't even got to feel like, well, maybe Ashley wants to, like nah, like that's just something I want to do, and they fine. I'm like, oh, you doing that? Okay, go ahead. So that's something I like to do.
Right now, one of the things for me, even though I piggyback a lot of what you guys said, one of the things that I do is I still play video games. From time to time, I still kind of get
Yeah.
down on those.
Mm-hmm.
My video game time is pretty much late night. Once everybody kind of go to bed, it's daddy time, and that's when
Yeah.
I pull out the video games and kind of get into those. And I'm kind of all over the place on those. I go anywhere from NBA 2K, wrestling, all the way into Overwatch and Call of Duty. Just kind of how I feel that day. And if it's a stressful day, I play certain games to kind of let some of that go. I may get in there. I may want to wrestle because I want to wrestle with somebody. So I throw out the wrestling game so I can kind of get that tension off. Now I ain't pull out no game 'cause I want to kill nobody, but games for me, that's just a good way to kind of have some me time right now because my son is 4. He ain't playing them yet. I know it's gonna come a time but he gonna be like, Dad, I want game.
Oh, it's coming.
He gonna have to buy 2 PlayStation 5 because he can't play on.
It's coming.
Yeah, I game too, but I rarely call it me time because our kids might be right there sitting next to me, come up there asking for snacks or juice, or my oldest might be wanting to play, something like that. So it's nothing I can count on. Like I can't, when I turn on the game, I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. Might be there 10 minutes, might be able to get an hour in. So
Yeah.
it's nice, but I'm still like kind of like aware of what's going on around me.
So as me, and especially me with kids and wives or whatnot, what time is the best time for you to get your me time in?
For me, I got two times. In the morning between now, if I have right now, I don't have my baby boy. He's with our in-laws. But if I got my baby boy in the morning between 7 to about 8:15, because my oldest son is going to school. My wife, she's left for work, and hopefully my baby boy is still asleep. And then I have that hour in the morning. Outside of that morning, it's gonna be late at night because everything in between there, I'm doing something.
Mine is early in the morning or late at night. Early in the morning when I try to work out, 5 to about 6:30, 7 o'clock before I go to work, or late at night when the kids go to bed, 10:30 after 10:30, so I can catch up on whatever what I'm trying to be in, Sean.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me. I just started a new morning routine where I get up at 4:30 and work out and kind of read a scripture for the day, read like a little motivational something, and eat before I gotta take my youngest to daycare at 6:30. Well, start getting her ready at 6:30. The only reason I ain't listed as me time because it's still hard. It's something I'm trying to incorporate, so I don't necessarily be looking forward to it. Once I'm up and I'm doing it, it feels good to be up and know everybody else like sleep. I ain't got to worry about them. I go to the gym. I can kind of zone out. But other than that, the evening time, all the women in my house probably sleep by 9:30. So once they hit, I head upstairs and play some games or something like that.
Keith Taylor say me time when that barbecue grill gets fired up and turn on some classics. So some of us like to cook or especially grill. We may even deem myself grill masters or whatever. Do you feel like when you get on the grill that's me time?
No.
Oh, it depends. Coming from my point of view, It depends. If I want to grill and want to treat it as me time, I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'm not gonna post nothing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell my wife I'm just cooking for us and I'm chilling. That's it. Cause I know I get the folks start asking questions like, "Oh, you grilling? What you got coming?" And see, it can get more than it can get way outside of just chill time, you know. But then again with me, I was selling barbecue, so that kind of goes hand in hand with it. So, but it's still a relaxing thing for me, just on a Saturday, chilling out with the grill smoke going, the music going, just kind of relaxing.
Yeah, grill time is not for me. Because if I'm grilling, that means I'm in the backyard. If I'm outside, the dog want to be outside, the kids want to be outside. So then it's turning to family time, which ain't bad. It's just I know that ain't me time. I can't zone out. I can't,
Oh, you can
just kind of
zone
be
out.
in my own world. I can't zone out.
Good recovery,
Everything
Eric. Good recovery, Eric. That ain't bad though. That ain't bad. I'm just saying, like, it's not me time.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you say, JP?
I was saying, yeah, I agree on that because when, like you said, and kind of going back what Willie was saying too, if you just want to sit back and just, hey, you want to sit back and just do stuff with your family, they'll leave you alone and let you, and like you said, you put your music on, and that's very relaxing. But my best time, like I said, in the morning going to work, in the evening coming back. That way, when I get home, I can just turn all my attention to my family and everything else. But like you said, by the grilling outside, that's kind of a good me time. But you got to do it a whole lot more often. You know what I mean?
Terrence, you about to say something, or you were just raising your hand in agreements that you was a grill master?
I was raising my hand to acknowledge that I am a titled grill master. That I have an award somewhere around here. Where
remember,
y'all say y'all grill master. I'm not taking anything from y'all. I just wanted to make sure that I say that I am a I hold a title as the grill master. I'm not saying that y'all can't burn, y'all can't do that. I'm pretty sure y'all white think y'all the best cooks in the world. But outside of that, organization, a group of people made me grill master.
If your grill master title is made out of macaroni, man, it don't count.
on a plate.
The best grill master in the world. That don't count.
I gotta find my award. I'm gonna sit right here on my shoulder next time we talk, and I'm just chit chat. Y'all can look at the name and everything like that.
You gotta find it first.
I gotta.
Hey, that means you got a week to get that made, Terrence.
I remember him getting that award. I remember he got it. He was the only person cooking out of 200 people. They had nobody else to give it to.
Call it what you want. I have been given a title, and I am operate. I don't think they had one after me. So I am the current grill master. That's my title. So if I want to put it on the job application, what is my special skills or what's some of my awards? Grill master. I can put that on there and feel good about doing it. And I don't think my resume is being tainted at all. I'm just saying.
You're right. I agree with you. Oh man.
Hey, y'all better watch out for that lightning coming down.
He in the house by himself, so
it's coming.
So with your me time, if you think about the times that you get a chance to do it, how often do you get to have that time? Like those things that you just named that you like, how often do you do it? Is it weekly, monthly, every day?
When I'm consistent with working out, it's probably a couple of times a week. When I'm not consistent, it's every other week. So it just depends on how consistent I want to be, how focused on my personal health and my mental health I want to be, And when I am focused, I'm good. When I'm not, when I'm not.
Yeah, I kind of I feel Terrence on that one about being focused on it because it's just sometimes it just can get tough. You want to make that time, but it's just kind of hard sometimes. And with mine, I mean the movies, I don't do that every week. I just do it when if it's something out that I want to go see, then I make the time to go and do that. Other things, I do things when I get the chance. It just depends. Like right now, um, we don't have our baby boy, so it's kind of a little less stressful at the house with him because the oldest is in school and then my wife go to work. So I have time throughout the day if I want to, get some things done, try to get back to some things I used to do. I always want to get back to drawing and music and things like that, but I ain't found my path back to it yet. So yeah, I just try to make that time whenever I see the opportunity where I can get it.
Yeah, for me, I started my morning routine like about a month ago. So just struggling to kind of make that habit. Um, went kind of strong the first week, but like I say, it's not 100% pleasurable yet. Like I said, once I do kind of get up and get going, and I kind of see the benefit throughout the day, like being able to start my day on my own terms and stuff like that, and not kind of be woken up by anybody else or anything else. Um, Residually, I kind of feel it, and that's supposed to be every morning during the week. It hadn't been, so I have to say probably like about 3 times a week on that. Smoking cigars between the weather and just having that time to sit outside. That's probably more like a monthly thing, like once a month, something like that.
Mine's, I say, like I said, I do mine going to work, and you know, I'm blessed to have a 40-minute drive, 40-minute window. Um, and like I said, when I get in the car, some days I put the music on, some days I don't. But it's just me in the road, and it's not speeding. It just and that helps me out because I don't get breaks throughout the day. It seems like it ain't no seem every day I'm dealing with other people's problems. I can't even grasp my own. So I mean, that's the only thing that keep me somewhat sane. And if I don't get that moment, I kind of feel like I said it throw me out. But early in the mornings, like that's my time. And then like whenever I get to the school, that's when I do my kind of like devotion reading and stuff like that. You know, but in the car ride, it's me. I mean, just quietness.
Quiet, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So with me time and being able to get some stuff like that, man, is outstanding to be able to do that as often as you can because it directly releases stress. Just like JP said, when he don't get a chance to do that, it kind of throws him off for the day. And so it's something as men that we should try to do more often, simply because you want to be the best person that you can be, and when you can get a chance to kind of decompress a little bit, um, it's a little better. Um, do you ever feel bad or feel like maybe I shouldn't take some me time, or maybe I've gotten too much me time? I give you an example. Like for me, I still watch a lot of wrestling. And so I have a group of young men that I watch wrestling with. We normally get together once a month, sometimes twice a month, to watch wrestling events throughout the year. So it could be 12 to 15 times a year. Sometimes we travel, like we went to Dallas in April. We're thinking about going to Nashville in July. Went to Houston a couple years ago, or whatnot. But from time to time, I had to step back because I feel like, man, I feel like I'm getting a lot of me time in, or just time with those guys and fellas, and I be trying to look and see how much time my wife get for herself. And it's like, well, I'm not going. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't go because she not getting the opportunity to kind of get that time for herself as well. So, do you ever feel bad for having too much me time, or?
Mhm. I can say I had a situation like that. Well, was because we're working from home. I've been working from home, so at some point, I kind of felt like I was getting a lot more me time, than my wife because she was still going into the office, coming home, kids and all that and everything, and then I'm at the house throughout the day. So it did get to a point where I was thinking, well, should I be doing more? You feel me, and not really worrying about my chill time because I got time. I'm here doing it today, so I can make the time for myself. It's the times when my wife gets off, kids and this and that to try to make that time a little bit more chill for her than we're really worried about what I may want to do, later on. Because and sometimes she come home and I'm like, okay, well the kids gonna deal with her. I can go do what get my little chill time in. But at the same time, it's like, she coming from work and coming to the kids, and I've been at the house. So, that was something that I did deal with, especially during the early part of the pandemic and just being at the house. Um, but, it did get better, and I realized, I didn't have to feel bad about it, by talking to my wife and things like that. So, yeah, I did experience that situation.
I don't think I gave y'all any updates on I for the past 3 years I've been training in Krav Maga, Israeli self defense, and I
Hmm.
went up to level 3 student, tested all out. But 2 weeks ago, I tested for an instructor as an instructor, a 24-hour long test over 3 days, 8 hours each day, and I passed. Um,
Congratulations, man.
thank you, thank you, thank you. But during that time of training, because I've been doing it for a long time, and went right before tests, and on test day, that's a whole day worth of testing, or that's a week or two prior. I'm in the gym a whole lot more. Um, I felt bad at times where I'll come to the house, get the kids, drop the kids off, give them something quick to eat, and I take off and I'm gone for a few hours. And I get back, and then I have to put them to bed, and I lose out a lot of that time. For the longest, I was feeling real bad about that. But I knew that I was doing it for a reason. Um, when I realize when I have a reason of doing something, I don't feel as bad. But if I'm just doing it just to be doing it, um, yeah, that's when that guilt starts seeking in for me.
So that's
Well,
the
see,
thing. Go ahead, JP.
yeah, and see, this twofolds on my end, right? So, like I said, and everybody know, like I just got to talk about my schedule is hectic. I spend too much time because it's my job, putting out fires, doing this, doing that, and yeah, my wife, I know for a fact she doesn't get the entire me time that she deserves. You know what I mean? And because she does a great job, she holds the family down, holds the kids down, especially while I'm away. But it goes back to work and schedule, and I know for a fact she doesn't get and that's why I feel bad about it all the time, because I know she needs that more me time, but we got a lot of other stuff situation going on, so it's just that how can she get that me time? That's probably our biggest question. You know what I mean? Because how high school sports is, it's turning to 12 month, 365 day, um, so like this Saturday Mother Day weekend, we got a scrimmage. It's always something. It's always something to do. So I do feel guilty a lot because, like I said, her me time is really used up because I'm spending all my time working, and she doing her motherly duties. Mother and wifely duties. So it's just on my end.
So at what point, or as we grew, as we we went to. Let me take it back. Going through high school, in my opinion, we had a lot of me time. We was in high school, we had no bills. Some of us may have been working.
I was working.
Um, I mean, I went to work too, but we went to work because we wanted to, wasn't because we had to.
I
I
had
had
to.
to. If I wanted to if I wanted my car to keep moving, and
Hey,
the repo man they come pick it up,
I mean, same way if I wanted to buy gas and stuff like that, but all that stuff was a choice. We didn't have to have those things in high school. We chose to have those things, so therefore the consequence of that choice was you had to get a job. But other than stuff like that, making those type of choices, that's what you had to do. But as you got to college and became an adult, that's just life. You even go to work or live outside. I mean, it's pretty much your option.
Hey,
stay on your mama couch.
At
nothing
what
wrong.
age did you realize that you needed to take some time for yourself?
Ooh, what age did I realize take time? That's
I'll say
I could answer that one.
Well,
I was at USM and my birthday. It was coming to my birthday, and I kind of was getting back on track. Academically wise, whatever, just trying to do it right. And man, there was so much going on. I had probably about 4 or 5. That's the semester I took like 19 hours. And one of my professors came and I walked through the yard and he looked at me like, man, what's wrong? Whatever. I told him, man, you got a lot going on, this, that, and the third. And then he said, man, your birthday tomorrow? Like, yeah. He said, dude, if you don't just one day, out the week, out the month, just take time for yourself, you'll literally work yourself, you'll kill yourself. I said, what are you talking about? He said, don't matter what you got going on your birthday, even if you don't celebrate it, just take the time and do nothing. Don't worry about nothing. Just get away from everything. And my birthday was a Tuesday. And so that Tuesday I came, I did exactly that. I did nothing. And that Wednesday I got up and I just felt different. I felt different. And ever since then, I try to steal at least a day a week to myself. And see, now since I got in this routine of just driving to work, being by myself, being able to meditate, I'm telling you, man, mentally, that's the only thing that keeping me above water. You know what I mean? Mentally. So I don't even remember the dude's name, but like we was right by Chick-fil-A, you know what I mean? And it was God sent. It was God sent, I tell you that. Because that semester, I don't know what I was thinking, taking all them hours. But I did, and I wasn't taking no easy classes, like all of them 400 level, like an idiot. So, but anyway, but but anyway, like I said, I got through that, But that's when I kind of started just stepping back and just, at the early age, I was doing it a week, but now, by me having a routine, it's the only thing that keeps me sane.
Yeah, I could say I had a similar story because I think, like all of y'all too, when we grew up, if you were sick or basically, if you try to take some time off, especially being a young man, like people kind of gave you a hard time. Like, oh, you supposed to work. You couldn't complain, like, oh, I ain't feeling good. I ain't gonna work today. It's kind of the stigma of being lazy or, making excuses and stuff. And I was that same way. Like, I was, proud of myself because I would work on my birthday and somebody asked me about it. I'm like, well, what better gift than to make some money? So, wouldn't take birthdays off. If I was sick, I, power through. Like, yeah, I ain't feeling good when you power through. And it was one day, it's literally like JP said, like it was God sent. I woke up one day, it was a Friday. I woke up and I used to have real bad sinus infection. And I felt one coming on and I had to go to work. And someone told me, like, hey, just go ahead and handle this. So I called in to work, told my one coming in. I didn't have no insurance. I went to the clinic down 49. Saw the doctor. They were like, yeah, you got a real bad sinus infection. Um, it's gonna be $100 for the steroid shot, and then it's gonna be like 100 or something dollars for like the actual antibiotics. And I was like, man, I ain't got that. So the lady, she was like, I got some samples. So she gave me like a bag full of samples of the antibiotics. And so I just basically just canceled everything that weekend and just basically I was around the clock taking the antibiotics and taking the NyQuil sinus for symptoms. And I just did that until Monday. And I just like, it was Monday morning at like 8 o'clock. I just sat up in the bed and felt refreshed. And I ain't never felt that well rested in my life. And that was the first time I ever understood like the meaning of like, taking a break or taking a rest to recharge or something like that, like the benefit of it. Like I've never just woken up like that. Like I used to always tell people I ain't a morning person and all this stuff. But after that, like having like real rest, like uninterrupted, like that's all I'm doing. I understood that was the first time I understood the meaning of like taking care of yourself.
And now you go to California for a whole week for your birthday.
Look at
Hey man,
I got
baby
you.
steps. You know what I'm
Baby
saying?
Yeah,
steps.
just, uh,
Yeah, you
Hey,
know.
wait, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
I wasn't. I tried to jump in a few times, but he kept on going. That fella said I went from one weekend taking sample medications and drinking NyQuil. I'm in California now. God is good.
all
all
the
the
Hey,
time.
Blessings,
all the
blessings,
time.
and
Let me,
blessings and
hey,
blessings.
let me send a long text message to these guys real quick.
I know,
Exactly.
right? I'm low key trying to ball out, and I mess up my text message.
Oh man. I think for me, my time is a little bit more recent. Um Kind of I go back to my whole with the pandemic and working from home because to me it's been the gift and the curse for me in some way. But before that, I say from ages from 24 to 34, I was on the go. I was graduating. I was doing graduate school, working. I changed jobs 3 times. As a family, we moved twice. We had two kids, so a lot had been going within those 10 years. And then when we made this last move, and we was all working, and then bam, pandemic hit. Bam, I'm at the house. And at first, I'm like, and a lot of people don't know or do know, I had just started a new job, so I'm at the house. I'm like, I kind of know the job. I'm doing what I'm doing, but at the same time, I got a lot of, I got some free time, and
Mhm.
it was well needed. I will say, and it made me think like I had a lot going on these past 10 years, and it was good just to kind of sit down, relax, think, and just kind of think of how I was going to move forward, in life. So I say mine was a lot more recent.
I had mine's at 23, 24. I was in Iraq, and I was extremely stressed, and I was yeah, and it's like it was when I was in Iraq, it was more stressful being around my teammates than being outside the wire doing whatever we was doing. It's like I guess everybody was stressed, and they just started going after each other. So I learned then that I had to decompose before I bust somebody in the head. And so I hit the gym hard, and I would spend like an hour or two just so I can get away. And I had like a daily routine, sometimes twice day routine, just so I can get away from the person in my we call it chew in our living area. Get away from the teams. My teammates asking me 1,000 questions. What about this? What about that? Get away from my leaders. Them asking them, trying to tell me to do 1,000 different things. That was my zen time. I can go in, put some headphones on, and don't have to talk to anybody, and just focus on and just enjoy my time. That's where it started then, and I tried to keep it going as much as possible. Had my good years and my bad years, but I learned if I set a goal for myself, a physical goal, a challenge, I'll be more apt to focus on that and be more consistent with my me time when I do that. But it started when I was young.
Yeah, mine happened like second or third year after I got married. So when I first got married, I had this in my head that I gotta be the breadwinner. I gotta make the money. I gotta provide. I gotta, my wife. She gonna work, but she ain't gonna have to want or need for nothing. So I was just Mister Work, work, work. I mean, I was going to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock, getting off at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I got regular 8 to 5. I mean, my office, it wasn't nothing at that time for the folks in my office to leave at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And we were very flexible with what we did, but I still was trying to overachieve. And it came up. We had this. It was a weekend. We were supposed to go to a wedding and to a probate, and we were trying to get something done at work, and I just wasn't able to get off. Well, I felt like I wasn't able to get off, and I was working. My wife got upset. We missed the probate. We made the wedding, but we had this big argument about it, and and I realized that hey, at some point I gotta come home. I gotta decompress from work. I gotta take some time for myself because I work myself to death, and something happened to me, I get hurt. I'm replaceable at work, but can't nobody replace me at the house. I mean, I guess your folks say, "Oh, you can be replaced," but it ain't the same. It ain't.
Hey,
Yeah.
you can be replaced at the house too, man.
But it ain't true. What I'm saying, you can be replaced, but it's gonna be something different. Like, my thing is at work, if you a computer programmer, they can find another computer programmer. But at home, yeah, you might be able to find another husband, but that husband ain't gonna be me. That husband gonna come with his own thing, whatever. I ain't trying to give it y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
They call me Mr. T for a reason. I'm one and only.
Know what I'm saying? But that was just my thing, man. And I realized from there that there's nothing wrong with working. I still have times where I have to do some work at home after hours, but I try not to make that a normal thing, man. I try to make sure that I can leave work at work. Like I've been telling my wife, at the end of the day, that stuff's still gonna be there, whether you take it home or not. You come back to work, it's gonna be there. I mean, you just have to, buckle down and do it while you're there. And a lot of times you think about really when you're at work, how much work you actually do at work. Sometimes you have to say, okay, I'm gonna stop some of the conversation, some of the social time and actually get some work done.
And we can talk about that later, but that's been a huge like the shift from working remote and then having like dabble back in the office again. And you start realizing how much time people spend trying to talk your head off about random stuff. It's like, look, I'm here to do something so I can leave. Get out my face. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear about your boat. I don't want to hear about your wife. I don't care about you like that. I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to hear
be
about your
here.
side chick. I don't want to hear about none of that. I'm
Exactly.
I apologize for bringing up the pet peeve.
Eric got hot.
Nah, man, that's real though, man. Because people used to say working was being at work, but really, when you at work, you ain't working 8 hours. Ain't nobody working 8 solid hours at work. If you do a strong 4, you doing good.
You're doing
And
great.
teleworking really gives you another option. You used to have no option but to sit there whether he's working or not. But now, if you can do your work for the day and do something else, you really, 3-4 hours, you'd have done enough for the day, unless you got like a real time job where you got to provide support or something like that. And so that perspective change is, people that still think the other way is crazy to me.
And see, look, they go back to what we were talking about yesterday when we were talking about we get a whole 3 months. See, like teachers, we don't, and we make the joke all the time, like whenever y'all need to get ready to go to the bathroom, y'all can go to the bathroom whenever y'all want to. We can't leave kids unsupervised. You know what I mean?
You gotta go to the bathroom before you start your job.
You shouldn't leave kids unsupervised. You have a 5-minute break every hour and a half. That's the only thing you got. As the kids leaving the class and coming back to the class. You go to the bathroom, but you gotta fight the kids to get to the stall because they in there fighting this vapor.
Excuse me.
If I had a 9 to 5. Man, that'd be so amazing. Because like
you'll be bored to death, JP.
You'll be bored.
Hey. Yeah, man, you over there working in first 48 and stuff.
You're gonna find something to do. Something extra. Your mind has been geared to go 12 hours straight with no breaks, and then you do 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Panic,
man. If I have a true 30-minute lunch, man, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's why that me time is so important, because look at the police officers, how much y'all work and all the things that y'all are going through. you know, you don't have that time during the day. You know, if you work, you get to work at 7 o'clock, and you basically got to work nonstop to 3 o'clock till they leave. Then they want you to stay another hour or two to plan and prep and stuff.
Non-stop. You know what? I'm the most productive after 4 o'clock when everybody leaves. If I stay at the office for another hour, I can do just about. I quadruple my productivity if I have that energy to stay another hour to just catch up on, just to get not to catch up, but to get to a point where I'm not so far behind. But yeah,
and see, Terrence, you're right, because now when everybody gone, you're able to actually lock in mentally and go ahead and get what you need done. Because, like I said, you putting out so many small fires throughout the day, where people like what somebody else would know that it's not nobody else, because, like I said, you the security officer. If something happened, they need you to come and stop it. You know, just because of who you are. You know what I mean? And it's boy, I tell you the truth.
So at those stressful jobs like that, how can you or what can you do to find some time, or whether it ain't but 15 minutes, you know, to burn yourself out?
You know what JP is saying is the truth. When I was when I was a patrolman, when I was working on the streets, and when I was working when I worked in Hattiesburg, it was about 30 minutes from the police station to my house. When I worked in Jackson, it was about 30 or 45 minutes from the police station to my house. I'll try to go a different route each time and just drive and just clear my head. And I did that for 2 reasons. To decompose, to get all the stuff that happened at that day out, so I can come home and be productive and be effective with my family. I realized when I wasn't doing that, I would come straight to the house, and all that negative energy that I had at work, I'll bring it to the house. But what I used to do, just like what JP do, is just ride around until my head is completely clear, and then I can walk into the house. But that decompression time was a must then.
Yeah. And see, like, right, you know, like for example, like if you coach and teach, see, we don't get planning periods, and see, everything that we do is really based around the kids. So people, you know, like our team, by the situation happened today, you know, as soon as I got in, hey, you got to go to state test. So they threw me in state test. When I get out, you know, I got 50 missed calls, 50 missed text messages, all that type of stuff. But then, you know, what I told you earlier, they took precedent on everything. And now I'm also the work keys instructor. So now we got to get the work keys test and stuff situated for next week. Then I got 4th block football coming up. Then we got our scrimmage Saturday. Grass got to get cut. So I got to go do that. So I got to do all that before I see my kids at 2:45. You know, so where's the time for lunch? Where's the time to myself? Where's the time? Because I'm constantly moving, constantly going. And then when you don't know what type of mood the boys in, when they get to you in football, then boom, now you got to crank the energy up to go past them, because, you know, so that's why I said, if it weren't for those 2 periods, those 2 times of before work and after work, of me just getting able to just say, just get away from everything, man, I go crazy. I couldn't have been 15 years in like this.
So, folks that's watching in the comments, I know y'all been listening kind of here and there. You know, just drop in with some of the things that y'all do to decompress. How do you get your R&R in? If you like to travel, go to the movies. Some people might just like to eat, whatever it is. You know, just kind of shout out to some of the things that you do to kind of relax, work out, listen to music. You know, whatever it be. Like I could say, especially when I first came to college, my thing was listen to music. You know, the fellas know I was Mr. Download everything. Freshman, sophomore year,
Napster.
If a song came out, I was on it. I'm downloading. Yeah, I was using LimeWire. I was using Napster. People get caught on
for your time.
Man, putting virus in Napster. LimeWire a little bit safe.
I remember y'all had who computer was that was set up in the corner at the apartment. Used to download everything on. It was like an older. It might have been a laptop. I don't know who it was. I think it was just like an apartment laptop. And you would just download music and everything.
That was the computer I got. Then I knew that I think that was mine. It was a desktop. I got my freshman year from Ram Computer Repair, and I just kept it and just put it to the side. Use it however you want to use it. When it blows up, let it do.
I know that thing had a million viruses on it. But it kept going. We was getting these.
You don't buy a computer from Willie.
With that 50% interest rate over 5 years.
I'm making a car payment.
He never said
for that laptop.
Man, I can get you all kinds of plans on it to get you that Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Radio Shack not even in business no more. JP still paying for that.
Still getting a Radio Shack bill.
Hey, I got student loans and Radio Shack notes. Right up there, 1 and 2.
Yeah. I hear you, Jared. Jared say exercise is a good way to relieve stress, and it's always good.
Nah, that's a curse word. Don't do no exercise.
He's been in all his life. Ain't no we do.
Exercising is good. I know that's one thing I had to get back, and I'm slowly getting back into the groove of it. It does, like, for me, like, one of my best things to do, like on a weekend, if I don't have nothing to do on Saturday morning, get up early Saturday morning, take a walk around my neighborhood and stuff like that, and it really helps me to get my rest of my day going. You know, I can say that.
Hey, I will.
Exercise. I just have to find it in the right place, man, because you know the only thing with exercise that messes me up is the stress of figuring out the time when to do it.
Yeah,
I feel like I stress myself out more trying to figure out when I'm gonna exercise versus I do when I'm actually doing exercise. But you know, and part of that's my fault because I don't keep it routine. You know, when I find the time and I'm actually doing it, I need to do it like that every day. And I find myself like, I do that tomorrow. Now I'm out of routine.
I will say this, and especially when we talk about mental health. When I exercise, like Willie said about walking, you know, I exercise when I get frustrated. You know, when I'm angry, you know, I'm at my boiling point or whatever. You know, I don't use it. I use that then to decompress because, like you said, once you get in and you walk for about 30 to 45 minutes, I call it walking to nowhere. You just take off and just walk. You know, you might be walking around the block about 15, 20 times, however it may be. But just getting that out, just walking and until you feel so much better. I use exercise more so to decompress than just me time.
Yeah, Jerry say he does a lot of bike trails, riding 4-wheelers. Also, he love to fish. It's all good things, man. Anything that you can do to kind of decompress is great. Just be mindful, man. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. So anytime that you can take some time for yourself, whether it's with your family or whether it's just you yourself, please do. Please keep yourself healthy. You know, put yourself in a better state of mind to, you know, be able to be there for your family and your loved ones. Because, man, mental health is real. If we have time, you know, we've been discussing actually getting somebody on here that's a mental health professional and maybe just kind of give us some pointers or whatnot. Just so we want to be mindful of what we can do as men to protect ourselves, especially African Americans, because I think I saw, and this is not the African American stat, but just in men, men has a 72% more likely to commit suicide than women are, and it's basically just mental health issues and stress, man. And so we gotta do something about that. You know, we don't want to be found in a place where we feel like we got to take our own lives. So be mindful. True. So yep. So that's good, man. I appreciate everybody taking some time, getting a little personal about the things that you do and the things that you have. I forgot again. I don't have no dad joke for the day. Anybody got a dad joke put out there?
I ain't got no dad joke, but I got a public service announcement.
Go for it.
Hey, everybody on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook, if you get a new friend request from me, it's me. It's me.
Oh,
it's
okay.
me. I really stopped sitting there because every time I sent a request, folks be like, "Did you?" Yes, that's why I put the message on my profile to say that this is me. But I just want to put that out there.
The real Willie D.
Willie D is me.
Oh, I still don't know what happened. Yo,
bruh, I'm telling you, I went to sleep. What's the day? Wednesday. That happened Monday. No, it happened Monday. I went to sleep Monday. Facebook count was fine. I woke up Tuesday morning. I went to click log in. Well, I went to open the app on my phone, and it said I was logged out. I said, "How I'm logged out?" So I go back and check my emails. I don't see nothing. At first. Don't see nothing. So I go to the email that's connected to my Facebook. Once again, inbox. I don't see nothing. I go to the deleted. In the deleted files, it shows where I was logged out of my account. They changed the primary email on my account. They took me off to add me in for some of the groups I was in, this and that. And that was in my deleted file. So I don't even know how that happened. So I couldn't get back in. Of course, Facebook ain't got no customer service. You can't call, you can't do nothing. So it's like I got to the point was like I can't get back in. So I'm either gonna start a new page or just say forget it.
It sounds like they hack your email too.
Yeah, your email is compromised, man.
But see, the thing about my email, and the only thing that I didn't have the little 2-part authentication on was Facebook. Yeah. Now on my email, I got it, and it's connected to my Gmail. But I get alerts and stuff on it. But I didn't get. But I went in and changed all my stuff on that email. I really need to just get. It's an old email. I don't even really use it. I really just need to get rid of it. But yeah, like what y'all was saying. I think that's how it happened. I really think it started through my email because it's a Yahoo account, and that because my Facebook originally was connected to my school email. Yeah. Then when I couldn't use that no more, I just took it to my Yahoo, and that's the only thing it really was connected to.
I still got AOL on my Facebook card. And I know nobody gonna hack that because they can't. Every time I give my email out, no, it's still AOL, but they changed it to AIM. So I said AIM. They said, "What is that?" I said, "It's AOL." I said, "AOL, that's still around." I'm safe and secure.
Did we make our Facebook account together? Our first.
Here you go.
What?
All right, it's time for the show to end.
Did we make our Facebook account together though? Like,
cut the theme music, y'all. Put the smoke
play them out,
Yo, wow, man. So like always, there's nothing else before we go.
I got one more thing to say. One more thing to say.
Go ahead.
Even though today was about men and mental health, we would like to wish all our wives and our mothers a happy Mother's Day.
All right.
We are not doing this show without you. Thank you, ladies, mothers, who are on and one time.
110% agreed with that, JP. Shout out to DeMarco for his 10 minutes of deep breathing and meditation. That's a good idea. Do some meditation. Before,
medication?
Meditation.
I like meditation.
But
so we talk about medication too?
Especially
it's illegal now. I'm finna go to the doctor.
Here in California, they passing out like samples on the side of the road. They got this, I know, right?
But just like JP said, we do want to give a special shout out to all the mothers and all the wives that are on. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. If you have some time to spend with your mom, whether it's in person, virtual, however you can, if you can, please give your mom a special shout out of love for Mother's Day. There's so many people who don't get that opportunity, so please take yours where you can. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. All the most that are watching, they will be watching. We love you guys. For everybody else, like always, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Peace. Full circle.
I got my own